Thanks for clicking on this video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Remy, and today I am going to be ranking the numbers 1 to 10. 1 to 10. I really like numbers. Math has been my favorite subject for as long as I can remember. I have a lot of feelings about numbers. I really like how they don't change. Like, math will always be the same. 1 plus 1 will always equal 2. 3 times 7 will always equal 21. I crave stability, and I think math gives that to me. So that's kind of why I'm making this video. I know I said in my first video that I was going to be uploading weekly, or trying to, even twice a week. But life happened. It's been 3 months since I uploaded my first video. I have new piercings, new hair color. I'm just trying to find a way to have purpose. So I figured that my comeback video, in terms of motivation for me to actually be able to do this, would be to do something that I have a concrete opinion about and a method of how I found that opinion. I hope you enjoy my video. To get started, I just kind of want to talk about how I'm going to be ranking them. First, I'm going to take them and sort them and decide based on how I sort them what they'll look like, or what my ranking will look like. I have a nice little template ready to go. So, alright, so to start, I am going to be sorting the numbers, basically just figuring out which ones are prime, which ones are composite numbers, which ones are odd and even, which is what most people know. But I care a lot about prime numbers. I'm a prime number person, so that's what we got. So before I get into sorting, I just wanted to explain a little bit about why I'm sorting the numbers the way they are. And so I have 4 different categories and 2 sets of the numbers 1 through 10. So each set of numbers will go into the 2 different categories. So I have the first category set is prime and composite, and then the second one is odd and even. Prime and composite are not necessarily words that everybody knows, so I just wanted to go over that a little bit. A prime number is a number that is divisible by only itself and 1. And then composite or factorable is a number that is multiplied by 2 smaller numbers to make that number. So 12 is a great factorable composite number because you can get 12 by multiplying 4 times 3 or 2 times 6. It's not only just 1 times 12. Personally, I have an affinity towards prime numbers and odd numbers, specifically prime numbers.
I'm a prime number person.
My favorite number is 13, which is a prime number, but 13 is not one of the numbers I'm ranking today. Let's get into sorting. So I'm just going to take my sets of numbers and divide them into the categories that I have set. Each set of numbers will go into each category easily, hopefully. Okay, so let's start off with 1. 1 is neither a prime number or a factorable number, so I have an other category just for that. It's kind of a weird number. I had conflicting definitions when I learned about prime numbers in elementary school, whether or not 1 was actually a prime number, because technically it is divisible by just 1 in itself, but it is 1, so who knows? 1 is also an odd number. So, that's good. Let's go to 2. Now 2 is the only even prime number because it's the smallest prime number, and the only way to get 2 is to multiply 2 by itself. But every other even number in the world is divisible by 2 and 1. So that means that all even numbers except for 2 are not prime numbers. And we just established that 2 is also an even number. So let's put that down there. Moving on to 3. 3 is a great number. 3 is an odd prime number. So let's put that in prime. Odd. All right. Now, let's go on to 4. 4 is our first composite number. And it is also even. All right. 5 is a prime number, but it's a round prime number. It's also the only round prime number. Round number, for those of you who don't know, are any number that ends in a 5 or a 0. So anything divisible by 5, basically. It's what most people like to put their volume on. And it is odd. All right. Moving on to 6. 6 is a good number. I like 6. It has, it's 2 times 3, which is a prime number times a prime number, which are what most of these composite numbers will be because there are so many prime numbers in the first 10 numbers, but I digress. Alright, and it is even. Oops. Hello. Alright, moving on to 7. 7 is a great number. It is the largest prime number in 1 through 10. And, I mean, who doesn't like lucky 7? Everyone seems to pick it when they have to choose a number 1 to 10. Okay. It is odd. And now 8. 8 is an okay number. It is a composite number. It is 2 times 4. But it's fine, you know. It's just a number. I don't have any feelings about it, really. It's even. Alright. Now we have 9, which is our first odd composite. And now our odd side is complete. Moving on to 10, it is a composite number. It is 2 times 5. And it is even because it's a multiple of 2. Alright, there we go. They are sorted! Alright, now that we have our numbers sorted, I am going to give reasons for why I want them to be where they are. We've established that prime numbers are just themselves multiplied by 1, and there's nothing else you can do. So for all the factorable or composite numbers, I'm going to explain what I think about them by showing their factors, basically. So 4 is 2 times 2, or 2 squared. So I'm going to have it in exponents as possible, because that's what I care about more. Everything is something multiplied by something, but not everything is a square or a cube. I think that's cooler as a number. 6 is 2 times 3. That's not a cube or anything, but it is 2 prime numbers multiplied together. Now, 8 is 2 times 2 times 2, or 2 times 4, or 2 cubed is 8. And then we also have 9, which is 3 squared. I'm sorry, 3 cubed is 27. 3 squared. And then 10 is just 2 times 5. So from these equations that equal the numbers is how I'm going to decide where I want to put them in the rankings. Okay? Alright, so now I'm going to start moving the numbers that are under the odd and evens over into the actual rankings. Alright, let's go. So, starting off with number 10, I'm going to go backwards order. I think that 2 times 5, or 10, is the least attractive out of these 10 numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and put 10 in last place, or 10th place. So now, I think I'm really going to stick to the fact that I don't love 5 as a number, because I think I don't like, it's similar to why I don't like even numbers. There are a lot of numbers that are divisible by 5. So I don't think it's very fun. It's not complex enough. I just don't care. I don't care about 5. So let's take 5 and put it in 9th place. Alright, now for 8th place, we're going to go with a number that is even, I believe, because I tend to gravitate towards odd numbers. So I think I'm going to pick 8. And despite the fact that it is a cube, which I think is really cool, there are better numbers, I think. So let's go ahead and take 8 and put it in 8th place. Alright. Along the same line, I'm going to take another even number, I believe, and put it in that 7th place spot, and that number is going to be 6, because while it is 2 prime numbers multiplied together, I don't think that it's as good as the other numbers here. So I'm going to take 6, I'm going to put it there. Alright, now moving on ahead to number 6, 6th place. And that's going to be, I hate to do it, but it's going to be another even number. I can't not do it. I appreciate cubes and squared numbers, but I just think that 4 is about middle of the pack, and I think that's about where we are. Alright. Getting into the top half. Alright, next up is going to be another composite number, but this time it's going to be our only odd composite number. So 9 is a square of a prime number, but we gotta make sacrifices, you know? Alright. Going into top 4. We have 2, 1, 7, and 3 left. And in the 4th place spot is going to go our last even number, which is 2. So, it's held out for a while, but because it is prime, but I can't keep it in any longer. Alright, now we have 1, 7, and 3 left over. And I think it's time. 1 is a great number. It has a lot of purposes in math and the world and coding and computing, and it's kind of a big deal. 1 is the loneliest number. It's in music. So even though it's not prime or composite, I'm going to go ahead and take 1 and put it in the 3rd place spot. Alright. Now we have 7 and 3 left, which are two of my favorite numbers. 3 is a great number. You can easily figure out things that are divisible by 3, like 315, you know is divisible by 3 because if you add all 3 individual numbers, it comes out to 9, which is also divisible by 3. Any number divisible by 3, if you add up all the numbers within it, it'll equal a factor of 3, which I think is really cool. So that's why I have it up so high. But I think I like 7 better. 7 was my number on my jersey in volleyball in high school. And I mean, who doesn't like the number 7, you know? So I think that is going to have to be my first place and my second place. Alright, so there you have it. 1 to 10 ranking of 1 to 10. We had 7 in first place, and in last place was 10. So, there you go. Thanks for watching. I also just wanted to say that my first video, it took me 8 hours to edit that video down to 2 minutes. It was 6 minutes, and now it's a little over 4. I did film 2 other videos back in July, 3 months ago, but I rewatched them recently and they're so cringy, but everything I do in the past seems cringy to me now, but I'm sure this will be cringy to me in 2 months, but that's okay. Part of self-love is learning to live with your cringe, I guess. And I just wanted to show off my little baby. He's been sleeping next to me this whole time. I brought his little bed in here so he could sleep in here. His name is Stupid, and I love him. Come here, baby. Hi, baby. Wake up. I'll put you back to sleep soon. It's okay. Isn't he just the cutest, most precious little baby? He just sleeps. He loves to sleep. This little baby's cured my depression, for the most part. I had fun with this.